Today we are counting down 10 movies where attraction didn't just complicate a friendship, it destroyed it from the inside out. These are psychological deep dives of stories about obsession, betrayal, and consequences of falling for your friend's mother. Let's get into the good stuff. Coming in at number 10, Sinister Seduction 2019. Sharon is a recently widowed mother raising her teenage son Anthony. When Dylan, the most popular athlete at school, befriends Anthony, Sharon is relieved until she realizes Dylan isn't there for her son. He is there for her. What starts as forbidden desire soon reveals itself as calculated revenge for something Sharon buried in her past. And by the time Sharon finally understands Dylan's real intentions, the damage has already been done. At number 9, Patricia, 2020. Patricia is a successful therapist, helping other people fix their marriages while her own slowly dies in silence. Everything changes when her son's closest friend starts showing up more than usual, and what starts as attention quickly turns into temptation. And secrecy, a devastating combination. If you're enjoying the list so far, kindly like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Now at number 8, Mother Mara, 2024.
Šta hoćeš ti?
Šta bi ti htjela?
Kako ti uopšte imaš godina?
28. A vi?
Mara has just buried her only son, and with him, every reason she had to keep her walls up. When Milan, her son's closest friend, comes back into her life, what starts as grief slowly becomes something she never planned for. Because this isn't just about loss, it's about what happens when loneliness starts filling the empty space. And what Mara finds in Milan isn't just comfort, it's a dangerous substitute for everything she lost. At number 7, Bastard, 2019. 2 years after losing her oldest son, Nina barely recognizes her own family anymore. Her husband disappears into work. Her younger son Don carries the grief alone. Then one encounter changes everything. After meeting a homeless teenager named Raja, Nina brings him into their home and into the empty space grief left behind. Tyne Raymer and Bjarne Devalder create a tension that slowly shifts from comfort to obsession. Because the more attached Nina becomes to Raja, the more the family starts falling apart around her. At number 6, No Future, 2021. Will has been running from his past for years. A recovering addict trying to stay clean until his estranged friend overdoses and guilt pulls him straight back home. There he finds Claire, his friend's grieving mother, carrying a pain that looks a lot like his own. Catherine Keener and Charlie Heaton deliver performances that are almost uncomfortable to watch. Because what grows between them isn't love, it's two people drowning and mistaking each other for a lifeline. And that never ends well. Now at number 5, I Am Love, 2009. Emma is the elegant wife of a wealthy Milan industrialist, a woman who seems to have the perfect life but feels completely trapped inside it. Then Antonio enters the picture, a gifted young chef and her son's closest friend. Tilda Swinton and Edoardo Gabriellini create a sensual tension that slowly turns admiration into dangerous desire. And the deeper Emma falls for him, the more everything around her begins falling apart. Now at number 4, May December January, 2022. Claire is a single mother trying to keep her small family together while raising her teenage son, Paul. But things get messy when Paul's best friend, Miguel, starts getting closer to Claire instead. Paul has secretly been in love with Miguel for years, which makes what happens next even more painful to watch. Andrea Del Rosario and Kitch Moto bring an emotional tension that slowly turns this story into something uncomfortable, complicated, and impossible to hide. What starts as innocent closeness quickly becomes a relationship that damages trust, friendship, and the bond between mother and son. Now at number 3, Ambivalence 2018. Stas and Peter are best friends and psychiatry students, but they see life in completely different ways. The problem is they both become obsessed with the same woman, Katerina Sergeyevna. For Stas, she is his stepmother. For Peter, she is his lover. Lyubov Aksionova and Danila Steklov bring a tense psychological energy to a love triangle that was never supposed to exist in the first place. As the relationships deepen, friendship starts breaking down, and what begins as desire slowly turns into obsession, jealousy, and mental collapse. Now at number 2, The Boy Next Door 2015. Claire is a high school teacher trying to rebuild her life after her husband's betrayal. Things feel like they're finally settling until Noah moves in next door, a charming younger man who also becomes her son's new best friend. What starts as a moment of weakness turns into something Claire immediately regrets. Jennifer Lopez and Ryan Guzman bring an intense, unsettling tension as Noah refuses to let it end there. Because for him, it was never just a mistake, it becomes obsession. Soon, he starts inserting himself into every part of her life, her home, her job, and even her son's friendship until Claire realizes she's completely trapped in something she never agreed to. Finally, at number 1, Adore, 2013. Will and Roz have been best friends for years, raising their sons together in the same quiet beach town. Life feels stable, familiar, almost perfect. Then everything changes when both women begin developing feelings for each other's sons. Naomi Watts and Robin Wright, alongside Xavier Samuel and James Frechville, bring an intense emotional tension to a story where friendship, desire, and family boundaries slowly start to fade away. One of the most bold and unforgettable films on this entire list. And that wraps up the countdown. Which movie are you watching first? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.